Chapter 8: The Russian Enigma. The whispers had grown colder, more menacing. They spoke of vast, frozen landscapes, of shadowy figures lurking in the Kremlin, of a nation poised on the brink of war. "Russia is onto us, Alex," they hissed. "They're gathering their forces, preparing to strike." Alex's investigation into Russia's motives had taken a new turn. He had initially believed that Russia was a victim of the ATG, just like the rest of the world. But now he was starting to suspect that Russia might be playing a deeper game, a dangerous game of deception and intrigue. He had uncovered evidence suggesting that Russian intelligence agencies were aware of the ATG's activities, that they had been monitoring their operations for years. He had found leaked documents, intercepted communications, and even eyewitness accounts that pointed to a secret Russian program dedicated to developing countermeasures against mind control technology. He had also discovered that Russia had been actively recruiting TIs, offering them protection and resources in exchange for their cooperation. He had found online forums where Russian agents were communicating with TIs, gathering information about the ATG's methods and technology. Alex began to suspect that Russia was not just a victim of the ATG, but a potential adversary, a nation that had the knowledge and the resources to fight back. He wondered if the war in Ukraine was not just a territorial conflict, but a proxy war, a desperate attempt by Russia to expose the ATG's activities and rally international support against them. He started to analyze the war in Ukraine through the lens of the TI experience, searching for clues, patterns, and hidden meanings. He discovered that the Russian military was using unconventional tactics that seemed designed to disrupt the ATG's mind control operations. He found reports of Russian soldiers using electronic warfare equipment to jam the ATG's signals, of them deploying psychological warfare techniques to counter the ATG's manipulation, and even of them using their own mind control technology to turn the ATG's agents against them. Alex began to believe that Russia was not just fighting a conventional war in Ukraine. They were fighting a war for minds, a war against the ATG's insidious control. He wondered if Russia was the key to defeating the ATG, if they held the knowledge and the resources to break their grip on the world. He started to reach out to Russian TIs, using encrypted channels to communicate with them, sharing his research and his theories. He found them to be wary, suspicious, but also desperate for help. They were living under the constant threat of the ATG's surveillance and manipulation, and they were eager for any information that could help them fight back. Alex began to collaborate with the Russian TIs, sharing his knowledge of the ATG's methods and technology. He helped them develop countermeasures, strategies for resisting mind control, and techniques for exposing the ATG's agents. He realized that the Russian TIs were not just victims, they were potential allies, a valuable resource in the fight against the ATG. He began to see them as the vanguard of a global resistance, a network of individuals who were willing to risk their lives to expose the truth and fight for their freedom. As he sat in his darkened apartment, the hum vibrating through his body, the whispers taunting him with Russian threats, Alex knew that he was not alone in his fight. He had found allies in the most unexpected of places, allies who were willing to stand with him against the ATG's tyranny. And together they would fight for a world where minds were free, where thoughts were sovereign, and where the truth would prevail.